Welcome to the Southwest Indian Tribes. This is by Meena, David, Matthew, Kyle, Rhea, Tori, and Macey.
Anasazi Indians, they're one of the oldest tribes. They are located in the Mesa Verde in the Four Corners, were originally called the Basket Makers. These places were easy to defend but required steep climbs down the flat lands for water and worked on their crops. Water was always scarce, and the people had to cooperate in digging irrigation ditches from streams to fields. A road system radiating from Chaco Canyon and totaling hundreds of miles led to outlying communities. The Nazi Indians did not separate the concepts of religion and work. In this land of little water, emphasis was placed on understanding the laws of nature to know when to plant. It is believed that they understood astronomy and were attuned to the sun's yearly course, equinoxes, and solstices. There was the right way of living, prayers and ceremonials, working together, being happy in life and each other.
Southwest Indian Ceremonies by Tori. The Anasazi tribe is known for living on cliffsides. The exact nature of the Anasazi is unknown, but it may have been similar to the Hopi, who are considered to be the direct descendants of the Anasazi.
Native American clothing. Since the Southwest is warm most of the year, these Native Americans did not wear much clothing. They would typically dress in flowers and wore beautifully painted headdresses. They would also wear clothing made of deerskin and lots of turquoise and silver.
Southwest Indian farming. The Hopi were dependent on heavy rain to grow their crops. When it rained heavily, the rapid rain ran down the mesas and formed paths along the way. The Hopis used this as a chance to plant corn, squash, and cotton in the small streams for them to grow. The Hopi also tamed wild turkey, but there weren't as much animals, so they farmed a lot. The weather of the Southwest is hot and dry because they lived in the desert. The Anasazi Indians had a strict rule about the use of water. The young children were taught this rule. The food was scarce and there weren't many animals to hunt, so they became farmers and made a decision to grow crops. Irrigation, a use of technology, which is scientific knowledge to solve problems, helped them build an underground ditch that led from the desert to a stream. The Southwest Indian carried their stored water in woven baskets. The Anasazi were farmers. They lived at the base, which is bottom, of the mesa, but farmed at the top. This was very green to the earth, so therefore Anasazi's habitat was referred to the Mesa Verde, meaning green table in Spanish. The Anasazi tamed wild turkey and planted corn, beans, squash, cotton, and other crops.
Southwest hunting. If you were an Indian, you would not be able to go to the store and buy food. You would have to hunt for it. They ate some pretty weird stuff like scorpions, birds, and rabbits. They would use spears, guns, and mostly they would use a bow and arrow. It was a creative way to hunt and get food. Southwest Indian food. The Southwest Indians hunted for food and grew food such as corn, beans, squash, and peaches. Yummy. It was hard for them to dig ditches for those kinds of foods. They hunted for birds, fox, rabbits, and other desert animals. If a woman wanted to get married, they would have a contest. It would be whoever grinded the corn best for 4 days straight. The one who did it wins. Gets married.
Hi, can I start over? Anasazi Indians lived in cliffs to hide from other Indians. They loved living in cliffs because of the hot weather in the desert with sun shining so bright that you cannot ever see it. The materials they used are bricks, mud, sand, and clay.